everyone, Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com, here with another video tutorial for you in my series called Flashcards. Today's card just, I don't know, it screams spring to me. I love the little raindrops, and I'm really excited to share with you how to do this fabulous Crayon Resist technique. So let's go ahead and get started with our card today. I'm going to begin, as always, with my flashcard pieces. I'll be using Daffodil Delight as my bottom layering piece. My top piece is going to be a little bit different. I'm using the Glossy White Cardstock. It's very important with this technique that we use glossy, and you'll see why here in a little bit. And my card base is Tempting Turquoise. I've cut that at 11 inches by 4 1/4 and scored at 5 1/2. Now, if you've not seen the first video that explains the flashcard template, no problem. You can just go to YouTube and search Connie Stewart flashcards, and it'll be the first video to pop up, and you'll see how we use these two little pieces of paper in lots of fun ways. Okay, well, first thing I want to do is start with my glossy cardstock and do a little stamping because it does need to dry. Now, to save some time, I went ahead and pre-stamped. I'm going to be using the My Friend stamp set, and you can see I've used the Hello in real red, and I've used this big leaf image here, and I did that in gumball green. Now, after we've stamped that, as I said, we'll just set that aside to dry, and now we're going to come in and work on our card base itself. Now, again, you know me, I like to kind of save some time for you. And using the Midnight Muse ink pad and another one of those images, the kind of raindrops here, I'm just going to come in and fill in just a couple little areas here. And you can see down here at the bottom, I stamped My Friend. So I've got that all ready to go, so we can set that aside. And while we're still waiting for that cardstock to dry, let's come in and bring in our Daffodil Delight, and I'll show you what we're going to do here. I'm going to use my favorite punch set. You guys know how much I love my Itty Bitty Shapes punch pack. And I'm going to punch out 7 of these flowers from behind this piece. So there's 6. Let's go ahead and grab one more. 7. All right, so I've got my 7 pieces here. I'm going to bring in one of my stamp mats. We'll just lay those out. And we're going to be using some Dazzling details today, so I figure why not just use the cap from that. And you can see I'm just going to press down into the center of these flowers, and it gives just a really nice indentation there. I think you can see that, really nice. So we'll go ahead and set those aside, and it looks like we are ready to start working on our glossy piece. We've got that all dry and ready to go. So welcome to the world of the world's cheapest crayons. This is the best crayon to use for the Crayon Resist technique. You can get these, the super big box cheapo at the dollar store. That's a great place to get them. Or if you go to a restaurant with your kids and they give them crayons to color with, they're great. The reason we want the super cheapy ones is they're very waxy because they're super cheap. And you can see I'm just coloring right on my glossy cardstock here. It's looking terrible, and that's exactly what we're going for. But you can see all I'm really focusing on is areas that I'm not going to want my ink to stick is where I'm going to put crayon. So I'm going to kind of trace around some of these leaves and flowers here with my Icky crayon. You're going to do this all over. I have got one all ready for you, so you don't have to sit there and watch me do the whole thing. Let's bring in a couple of ink pads now. I'm going to start with my Daffodil Delight and a sponge dauber. Now, one of the tricks with glossy cardstock is it's going to take that ink really fast. So I'm going to dab off just a little bit. And the first thing right here next to this hello is I'm just going to make a little circle, make a little sunshine. And I'm going to, you see I'm using a really light touch because I don't want it to be too dark. And now let me come in with Pool Party. Again, dab off just a little bit. And I'm going to start by just tapping on the corner and then start to rub. You want to use a really light touch when you rub, you guys, because if you rub too hard, you're going to take that crayon that we just spent all that time putting on there and you're going to wipe it right off, and we don't want it to come off yet. You notice around that sun I'm being real careful. I want to blend it, but I don't want it to be too harsh. So you can see we're just going to add this color, dabbing off, and just lightly rub. Now here's the thing, what's great about this technique. If I want it to be a little darker, watch this. I can come back in and add a little more, but I sure can't take it away once I've started going. So there we go. I've got that all done. Move that ink pad out of the way. Now comes the magic part. I'm going to just take some paper towel, and let me start here into this hello. And I'm just going to rub off where that crown was. And do you see how that just pops? The other reason you want those cheapy crowns, we want it to come right off very easily. Also, this paper towel is also buffing my cardstock and making it nice and shiny. So let me, and I know I'm probably shaking the camera, so my apologies up front for that. But we do want to make sure we get all that crown off. And you can see I just kind of moved my paper towel around so I'm not just smearing crown all over the place. Oops, oh no, I wrinkled it. Oh well, it does happen. But you know what, once we adhere it down, it's going to be great. All right, so now you can kind of see where everywhere I've got my crown, it resisted. Fabulous. Well, hey, while we've got this here, oh my goodness, you guys, I cannot believe it. I got here without my snail adhesive. Okay, well, it's a good thing we're using the mono. We're just going to use that Tombow glue. Oops, and I even went out a little outside the line. That's all right. That's just how it goes. Okay, and you know what? I've got a paper towel here, so watch this. Problem solved. Problem solved. All right. So I've got that adhered down. Let's go ahead. We'll adhere this now to my card base. All right. And to put this onto the card base, we're just going to bring it down low. So we will be covering up some of those little raindrops, and that's okay. All right. Well, now let's come in with those great little flowers that we used, that we kind of punched there. And I'm just going to come in with the Tombow and just add some dots onto my cardstock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And we're just going to adhere these down and try to do that as quickly as I can. Oops. And then here in just a minute, we're going to come in with some Dazzling details in Cherry Cobbler and add to the middle of that so we get some gorgeous color. Now, a little trick I'm going to show you is now that I've got those in there, let's just give them all a nice press. Make sure we're stuck really good. All right, it's looking fantastic. So here's that Cherry Cobbler Dazzling details. And I can just, whoops, come in and we'll add that to the center of all of our flowers. And that is going to need a little drying time as well. And one last thing I want to share with you, and that's how to get this great shimmer here in my raindrops. Let me turn this upside down because it's just a little easier for me. I've got the iridescent Dazzling details, and you can see I'm literally just scribbling it in. Don't get crazy. And just to kind of give that just the real look of just some nice little raindrops. So you'll go ahead and finish that all the way out. And of course, when it's done, it's going to look like this. And you're going to be so impressed and so proud of yourself, aren't you? Well, that is our video for today. I hope you all enjoyed that. Now, I want to make one thing real clear, that you must use that glossy cardstock for this technique. So if you have purchased or are interested in getting the flashcard kits to go, that's where I have all the cardstock and everything cut, scored. It's all ready to go. You get envelopes and everything to make 40 cards. But I will not be including that glossy cardstock. So that is, for this technique, you're going to need to purchase that cardstock separately. But let me tell you, it's so worth it. It's such a beautiful cardstock to stamp on. Whether you do Crayon Resist or not, you can see it's just beautiful to stamp on. It gives really nice shine. So all that can be found on my website, simplysimplestamping.com. And hey, while you're there, why not click that order online button, and you can order your own My Friend stamp set right there from my website. So, hey guys, thanks so much for checking out my series and thanks so much for watching. I hope you all have a terrific day and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.